boys, homegirls out there. Musta kilagtan, musta na mo diyan, musta na kayo dyan. You guys already know what's going down. It's me again, your homeboy, Chan Rafael, aka Rafael Lee, back at it again with the new series, a new episode, a new video. Here today, in a hotel room, Tulsa, Oklahoma, last day. Going back to Albuquerque in a few. But today, we're gonna talk about conceal carry first. Why do we conceal carry? People always say, why do we have this thing over here? See that? So we conceal a cheap gun.
Yes.
This is a cheap freaking gun right here. I think this is also cheap right here.
That one's not as cheap, but
Yeah, but it's
not one of my favorites.
yeah, it's the reason why we're concealing a cheap gun is because the time you use it in terms of emergency,
They're gonna take it.
they're gonna take it for evidence. So if you have an expensive gun like $600, $700, $800, or let's say $1,000, you conceal it, you use it for self-defense. The cops are there. Guess what?
If you're cleared, you'll get it back, but you know,
that
it's
day?
still your no. They're
Yeah,
up to their
I mean, yeah,
investigation,
that's
so you'll do without it.
But the time you use it, they're really gonna take it. But to get it back, it depends on how long the process will be. It depends on what?
And whether they clear you.
Whether they clear you. If they clear you, it depends. It can take weeks, days, months, year. So we don't know. So if you have an expensive conceal, then that will be the disadvantage that you need to how to say this, to deal with. But if it's a cheap gun like what we have right now for conceal, they can have it and buy a new one. But it doesn't mean that if it's a cheap gun that this can't
Make sure it's reliable.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's cheap. It won't work because guys, this is a Taurus G2C. So far, we tried firing it. It didn't jam, right? It didn't jam at all. I haven't have a problem with it, so I think this will this will protect me from everything. And then this here is a good brand here. It's a good brand. It's a Ruger.
LC9.
LC9. How much is this?
Oh goodness, I think I paid almost $6 for it.
So it's 600. So it's kind of expensive for conceal, but this one has a 7.
Yeah.
So for a 7 bullet, people say that a lot of people say that they don't want to conceal something like with just 7 because it's not enough. But you're not going to a gunfight like from 10 feet to 8 feet to 10 feet to 15 feet. You're not going to be in a gunfight, you know. So when you say self-defense for concealed carry, we're talking about a distance between touching distance or probably like, what do you call this?
Maybe 3 to 4 feet.
3 to 4 feet, 3 to 4 feet distance, or like a holding distance. But you're never gonna engage into a gunfight like 10 feet. You're not a cop, okay?
You'll get in trouble if you do
You
that.
get in trouble. In a concealed carry is that if you are in trouble and then if it's in 10 feet, you can't just shoot somebody, or even if they shoot at you in 10 feet, you can't shoot back.
Nope.
You can't shoot back.
You have to run.
You have to run because here, sasabihin nila, why did you engage in a 10 feet whereas you can run? So even if you have a concealed carry and then you engage into 10 feet, even if they're shooting at you and then you engage into shooting, man, you'll be in trouble, right?
And you're supposed to run.
You're supposed to run.
If you
Yeah.
have the opportunity to run, you run.
Yeah. Ang sasabihin ng law dito, bakit ka pag barilan ng ganun? So in concealed carry, like I said, is always like holding distance, 2, 3, and 4 feet, probably 5 feet, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
5 feet, 4, 3,
you're in
2.
danger,
Yeah, if you're in danger, and holding distance. So if y'all can see, the only thing you need to practice, in my opinion, in having a concealed carry is that if danger will be at 5 to touching distance, the most crucial factor there is that people will grab your weapon, you know. So if you don't know anything about counter disarm, how to not give the weapon to your enemy, if you don't know anything about it, even if you have this, then everything to your conceal will be what? Pointless. Everything will be pointless. number one thing, if you have a weapon, if people see you have a weapon, the first thing they're going to do is, number one, if they get scared, they back up. You know, they back up. But for crazy people, of course, people who's gonna do you harm are always crazy people. There's no normal people who's what? Normal people who's gonna do harm.
Kill you.
Gonna kill you. So most people who's gonna do harm, or most people who's gonna fuck you up are people who are crazy. So if first thing, like I said, if they see a weapon, the first thing they're going to do is back up.
Yeah. I think that's the most.
That's the most common if they see a weapon. Second is that if they're crazy enough, they're going to grab or disarm your weapon. Now, if you don't have any knowledge of to counter disarm, if they grab your gun and then you counter disarm or pull it back, you know, not giving your gun. If you don't have any knowledge of some sort of self-defense or counter disarm, then my advice is try to learn how to do it, because like I said, self-defense in conceal happens in 5 to touching distance. It doesn't happen in 10 feet, because if it's 10 feet, somebody like what, hey, what's up, motherfucker, what's up, hey, blah, blah. 10 feet, walk away,
Run.
walk away, run. But if trouble is in this distance, can you run? There's a possibility you can run, but what if they're grabbing you? How can you run? And then what if they grab you and then next thing the knife is coming at you, or they punch you? You can't run because they're holding you. So the best thing you have there is what? Weaponry. But make it sure that if you pull a gun or a knife, you know how to counter disarm. That's why in weaponry arts like Eskrima, which I'm learning, people always think that the first thing they need to do to defeat some weaponry art is that disarm them. But without thinking, in weaponry art, the first thing you need to learn is that we practice or train counter disarm. People don't know that, because like I said, when people say that, oh, he has a gun, he has a knife, or a stick or whatever, first thing you need to do is what? They always say that the first thing you need to do is just grab the weapon, just disarm it. This is how you disarm it. But
It's coming at you, so go for it.
yeah, but without people didn't realize that weaponry art are trained to counter disarm. So whatever disarm is available out there in a weaponry art, they practice and counter and train to every possible disarm that is available out there. But that's why to disarm a gun, a knife, or a stick, or whatever weapon you have, and then you are a weaponry art, to disarm it will be impossible. Not impossible, but the chances are
Very slim.
very slim. You know what I mean? Very slim. So we conceal a cheap gun, and because we travel, it is not safe. Because in self-defense, even if you know how to box, you know how to kick, you know everything, you can defend yourself, no problem, no question. You're a good boxer, you're a good Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, MMA. You know, if you're in general, you're a good martial artist. If you are if you're just defending yourself out there, then it's not a problem. You know what I mean? But if you are with somebody, your family, your girlfriend, your kids, or whatever, and then you know self-defense, the chances of defending them
As well as yourself.
will be really really slim. In just for example, for the two of us, right? And then there's like two guys who's really gonna do harm with both of us. Of course, the first guy, the guy one will be at me, guy two will be at her. You know what I mean? So how sure am I that I can knock this guy out in 10 seconds? And then after I knock this guy out in 10 seconds, I'll go with her. I'll be with her to defend her with that guy B. How sure is that? So because it is impossible to knock out somebody in what? In 5 seconds or in 10 seconds. Because the time I engage into a fight with guy one,
They're gonna fight back.
There's not. It's not this stationary that they just stand up there like a punching bag and then punch and then get knocked out. It doesn't happen that way. The time guy A do harm with me, and guy B do harm with her, what's gonna happen is it will take like maximum like what? I'm lucky if I can finish that guy off in 5 minutes. And then the time I try to defend her, probably she's hurt badly already because this guy, you know what I'm saying? So it's really hard. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I might get bashed with this. You know, learning martial arts is nice to defend yourself, but helping others or like it will be really hard. For example, two of us. I'm lucky if there's only one guy who's gonna do harm, right? If it's two guy, damn, that will be kind of hard already. Why? Because there's a possibility the other guy will be with me and the other guy will be with her. Now let's just say most people who really gonna do harm sometimes 3, 4, 5. How the hell? So what's gonna happen is probably there will be 2 guys with me and 3 guys with her because they're gonna take her. What if it's your kids? Let's say, you know, it's not just your family or your girlfriend, your wife. What if you have your kids? Probably those 3 guys will take your kids and then these 2 guys will take care of you, or and vice versa. 3 guys on you and 2 guys with, you know. Or what if 4 guys with you and 1 guy with it? So how sure am I can knock this guy, 3 guys out, 2 guys out, 4 guys out in like 5 seconds and then run after my kids? It's impossible. It's impossible. No matter how good you are into boxing, no matter how good you are in kicking or whatever the case, it will be really hard. But if you have a freaking weapon with you, like for example a knife, even if somebody is this guy is with her and this guy is with me, we pull the knife. You guys think they will just like engage? I don't think they did. The first reaction, they're gonna back up because they're gonna get scared to be cut. Or what if you pull a freaking gun? Even if she didn't conceal, I just conceal, I pull a gun and then like 4 here, 3 here, or let's say 1 here.
And I think twice before.
Yeah, even if there's 3 with her, 2 with me, or and vice versa, 3 with me, 2 with her, I pull this gun even if she didn't conceal. They will think twice, like holy crap. Even if you have like 7 ammos and then there's like 5 of them, how the hell they know you have 7? And then how the hell did they know that you have reserve? They don't know that you have always a reserve mag, you know. So but the lesson there is that they're gonna get scared. They won't engage right away. You think?
I think so. I think it depends. I think some might think twice, but I think if somebody's going to do you harm, nothing's going to stop them.
Yeah.
If they're coming at you, they're ready.
Exactly.
And more than likely, they may have a gun on them themselves.
Exactly. So now, that's why we both conceal. At least, if somebody's with me, like 3 guys, 2 guys, or let's say in vice versa, she pulled that conceal, I pulled this conceal. You think those guys are gonna attack you right away? I don't think so.
They're gonna think twice.
They're gonna think twice.
You picked on
But
the wrong person.
before concealing, my advice is always go to conceal carry class.
Oh yeah, you can't go without. And make sure you know the laws. If you're traveling, make sure you know the laws in every state you're in.
It's about the law because not all states are like Chicago. We were in Chicago 5 days ago. Holy crap, the gun law there is crazy. But here in Oklahoma, you can carry a gun with or without license.
You can open and conceal without a license.
Yeah. So when you say open carry, nakikita sa labas. When you say conceal, you know, nakatago. So you can open and conceal carry here in the state without any license. But there are some, you just need to watch out about some of the establishment that said.
Yeah, I got to pay attention to the signs on the doors because they'll tell you whether or not they allow firearms. It just depends on the individual companies.
Yeah. So sa akin, every time I conceal, if somebody will do harm, I just pull the gun out and point down. And that's it, just to scare them off. And then if they're freaking gonna really kill us or do something, that's where I'm gonna really point at it and shoot at it. Because you do not point
unless you're ready to follow through and kill somebody.
Sa conceal kasi, they said that don't point at something. Don't point the muzzle into somebody who you're not willing to destroy. So that's why every time you pull it and then you point it, you really shoot it, you really kill it or something like that, right?
Yeah, whatever because you know even just holding the gun, there's a lot of people that will accidentally shoot something. Don't point it at anything you don't want to destroy. Don't
point at anything that you are not willing to destroy. Okay, every time you pull that and then you point it like this, make it sure you're really gonna press that trigger and then shoot. Okay, yun yung masasabi namin. But for me, as much as possible, I don't want to shoot anybody. You know, even if I'm in danger, as much as possible that I can preserve his life, then better to avoid it. Because for me, every time I pull this gun, I really point it down. Every time I pull it, I point it down. Why? To give you a warning. So I always point it down to give you a warning.
That's what's needed for conceal, especially for conceal.
Yeah.
They need documentation. There's going to be cameras everywhere. They need to see that you were not the aggressor. They need to make sure that you were you were actually, you know what I mean, not going after
Yeah,
him.
kasi mas maganda if you can preserve it. Like I said, every time I'm always like I pull, put down, and give a warning. At least you warn that man, you need to preserve your life or whatever the hell you're gonna say. And if they're really gonna be aggressive or they're really gonna do harm, that's where you try to shoot them right away. But if you are really in danger, because some people they practice it like they pull it and then point and shoot right away. But me, I don't do it that way. I always give a warning, put the weapon down, hands up. If you're really gonna come, that's where I'm really gonna shoot. So there you have it, guys. Our concealed carry. That's why we conceal. That's why we conceal every time we travel for safety purposes, because you don't know, you don't know if whatever is gonna happen.
Yeah, you never know.
You'll never know. So if you guys are whatever state you are, sa mga bago dyan, always conceal. That's my advice. Always conceal. Learn self-defense. Learn the gun. Learn the law, and be safe, y'all.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Be safe.
Be safe. So conceal carry for today. We're heading back to our hometown, and see you all next time. Hanggang sa sunod. For those of you all who's not subscribed yet, please like, subscribe, comment, and share my videos. For those of you who haven't watched my video yet, please watch my video. Kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe, please subscribe. And I think that's what we have for our conceal carry for today, because people asking us like, why do we always conceal? So that's the reason why.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Better to be safe than sorry. Mas maganda na ganon. So we're heading home back to Albuquerque. It's what? Time check. It's 11:15. So hanggang sa susunod, magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Morning. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Kung saan man kayo sa mundo, magandang araw. Hanggang sa susunod. Peace out, y'all. Hasta mañana. Adios.